Of the several Middle Eastern countries DC Comics have added to the Earth's landscape, one of the most famous of which would be Kahndaq, homeland of the villain and occasional anti-hero Black Adam. This nation was at one time ruled by a dictator known as Asim Muhammad, until Black Adam, along with Atom Smasher, and a group of former Justice Society members overthrew Muhammad, with Atom taking his place as ruler. Unfortunately, Atom proved to be little better, going on to enforce draconian laws and public executions. However, when his wife Isis and brother-in-law Osiris were murdered by the Four Horsemen, a group of artificially enhanced beings, Atom turned his sights on their base of operations, the country of Bialya. Also created by DC, Bialya is located south of Turkey on the Mediterranean Sea. Under the rule of Queen Bee and the Hajarfi brothers, this nation has been a haven for supervillains. But with the murder of Osiris and Isis, the population of Bialya was decimated when Black Adam attacked, seeking revenge. In the aftermath of the attack, only 250,000 people remained, and under the new rule of President Rashid, the country began to rebuild itself, with the help and support of Wayne Tech and Star Labs. Other Middle Eastern countries that can be found in the DC universe are Kurak, Umek, and Surak. Unfortunately, it seems pretty obvious that the people at DC were struggling to come up with names, as Surak is a combination of Syria and Iraq, and Umek literally stands for unnamed Middle Eastern country, while Kurak is yet another deviation of an Iraq-like country. All of these countries are supposedly positioned in and around the Persian Gulf, and are often used as politically correct substitutes for a country with a large terrorist faction. Though, to be honest, equating the Middle East with terrorists isn't exactly politically correct, but what you gonna do? Turning our attention to beneath the ocean's waves, we will find the nation of Atlantis, home of the hero Aquaman, king of Atlantis. Now, this kingdom is based on our own mythology surrounding the Lost Continent, and is located deep within the North Atlantic Ocean. As you might suspect, Atlantis has a very long and detailed history, which we'll try to only give the pertinent notes about here. Like the Atlantis mentioned in our own mythology, this once great nation lived above the waves, and the people here mastered many magical and technological advances over the centuries. That is, until a large meteor crashed into the earth, causing a great flood that sunk the land of Atlantis. But, in precaution before the meteor hit, a giant dome was built over the city of Poseidonus and saved many Atlanteans from the flood. However, something had to be done to ensure their survival. Trapped on the ocean floor in the domed city, some Atlanteans turned to the priest-mage Shalako, brother of King Orin I. Now, this guy had all the makings of a charismatic cult leader. Already he had convinced many that the flood was punishment from the gods, and those wishing to not anger them further followed Shalako, who, with the help of his magic, brought his followers through underground tunnels to the ruins of their sister city, Tritonus. There Shalako once again used his magic to create a dome over the ruined city, creating a new colony there. Meanwhile, in the years following the flood, Shalako's brother, King Orin I, and his scientists developed a serum that would turn the people of Atlantis into aquatic amphibians, who could survive both in the ocean depths and upon land, while retaining their mostly human appearance. He offered this serum to the people of Tritonus, who took it happily. But Shalako, claiming the serum to be an insult to the gods, called upon the dark gods to lay a curse on the people of Tritonus. These people, unlike the Atlanteans of Poseidonus, began to mutate into merfolk with fishtails and some not so pretty. Anyway, they were unable to live out of water for any length of time. In the end, Shalako's evil actions were eventually exposed by his son Dardanus, leading to a rebellion of the Tritonus merfolk, who killed Shalako and his family, save for Dardanus, who went into hiding. Now, despite these setbacks, Atlantis continued to thrive, but the people of the surface world would soon forget that they existed as the centuries passed. Only when the current king of Atlantis, Arthur Curry, took on the identity of Aquaman to help protect the world's oceans, did the modern world learn about the existence of Atlantis. So that basically covers all the countries created by DC that are of particular note. We'll be sure to mention any others as they become relevant, though. Next up, we look at the amazing fictional cities found in the USA that are at the heart of some of your favorite DC comics, so stay tuned.